All right, I think we're live.
Are we?
It
Yeah.
says off air.
All right, so I'm going to
Live on mine.
introduce everybody with me today. I've got my co-host, Amanda. Say hi, Amanda.
Hi.
And we've got Sergio Gonzalez. Sergio,
What's up, everybody?
he's my neighbor. We're in the same building. We farm the same, well, not the same area, but, same neighborhood. And
Exactly.
Jason Walters.
Hello.
Coming in at 6'4". What are you, dude? You're like breaking through the roof right now from this.
6'4", 6'5".
World's tallest Mexican.
That's it.
Yeah, dude. So thanks for joining me, everybody.
I like the
Let's
dog
get
in the background.
started. Amanda, you have a list of questions I wanted to see.
I do. So I want to ask Jason first. Jason, what's your secret? How do you get Google leads?
What's my secret? Well, I'll tell you the thing that I do the most is post a lot. It's all about consistency, but I use every platform out there that's going to feed to Google to try to get me organic search results.
Okay. So when you say you post a lot, maybe explain that a little bit more. Blog, YouTube.
Okay, so I have a website that I blog to every time I get a new listing. I make sure to include all the keywords of the area, the tags. I also use certain services like Zillow, Yelp a lot, and those are going to help get me Google traffic. I also post to Google Plus a lot. So every time I'm posting to Facebook, I'm turning around and posting it to my Google Plus. And just like Facebook, I have a Google Plus personal account and a Google Plus business account.
Okay.
And the Google Plus business account, every time I post to it, it's going to post to my Google My Business. That I don't know if you guys seen the video I did, but when you Google a business, you're going to show up on the business listings, and all of my Google Plus business posts will go to that, which Google's also going to crawl.
Very cool. Google loves Google.
Well, I have a question here. Has your Google business page or that business section on Google, has that really helped you out, or is it just...
It does, man. I get a lot of referrals from across the country. I live in an area where we have a couple of naval bases. So when I have agents that have a client that are moving across the country,
Sorry.
When they're moving across the country to the naval base here, they just, especially they'll pull up the company that I'm with in the area and do a Google search, and because I post more than my company does, I show up. So I'll have agents calling me like, hey, I'm looking for an agent that I could send a referral to in your area, and I'm like, you found him. I'm right here. How can I help you? So I get those calls a lot. I get calls from agents all over the country, and they're finding me from my Google business page.
Just from your Google business page?
Well, they're finding
Jason.
me from Zillow and Yelp as well.
Jason, tell them how you streamline that though with that that function, if this then that, because I think that's part of your secret sauce.
That is part of my secret sauce. So I was talking about with Tristan earlier my Tumblr account. Okay, so Tumblr is also a blogging website that you can use, and Google will crawl it. Okay, but it's to run a Facebook page and then a Google Plus page and then a Tumblr account, and to do all this, it become very time consuming. So I use a service called IFTTT.com. It stands for If This Then That, and what it does is.
Can you repeat that?
It's called IFTTT.com. If This Then That. So that's what it stands for. That's the acronym for it. And what this site does is it allows me to create what's called recipes, okay? And what this recipe will do is I'll tell it that every time I post to Facebook and I include a hashtag JW, so I know a lot of the times people will see on my Facebook page, they're like, what's this JW tag? I'm telling Facebook that post needs to go to Twitter. If I post to my Google business page, it automatically knows if that's a business post, it's going to go to my LinkedIn, it's going to go to my Tumblr. So I am running multiple platforms and just posting one time, and that is helping me get further and further reach and have Google crawl me even more.
All
It's
right.
automatic.
That's awesome.
A lot of what I do is
That's,
automatic. I set it and forget it.
Yeah, systematized. I love that.
IFTT. Now, Sergio, do you use that too, or no, man?
Yeah, I learned about that from Jason probably about a year ago when I'm like, dude, how are you posting so much? Like, it's like crazy. Do you work or are you just posting? And then he turned me on to this, IFTT.com, and I kind of went through there and looked at all the different things that you can automate. And now, like even my hour of power, I'm able to easily track, how long or how many minutes I'm on the phones. If I want to track, like he said, posts, hashtags. If I wanted to do this, to go there, it's really streamlined. I think the posting and tracking of things that you want to do. So yeah, cool thing.
It works really good. There's also a
Power. I'm
Sorry, just playing it on the back end to see if it's going
You're
well.
confusing me. So that is actually a free service, the IFTTT, and sometimes it's kind of faulty, it doesn't work all the way, or it doesn't really sync up with professional apps. So there's also another one called Zapier, Zapier, Zapier.com, and that one is what I use with my databases. So like Follow Up Boss, as a CRM I use, and anytime I input a new lead into my Follow Up Boss, it automatically syncs with my Google contacts. So, I have a lot of automated things going on that allow me to, work smarter, not harder, and it helps me get more business.
We're going to come back to Zapier. I wanted to see if Amanda had a question for Sergio.
I do. Sergio, you're big on video. Tell us about video with your business.
Yeah, video's been pretty a big component of my business for branding and also kind of really quickly positioning myself as the hyper-local expert in my farm and in my area. And, people see you on TV or hear you on the radio, perception is reality. So I really have used that as my avenue to position myself that way in my farm, and using that at listing presentations to say, I've already started marketing the area. I've already am, attracting buyers to the neighborhood, and the sellers really love that. I'm already actively selling the lifestyle or information about the neighborhood that helps bring their values up.
So tell me a little bit about your videos then. Like, how long do you make them? Do you do them yourself or do you hire them out? Tell me a little bit more about them.
Well, I've kind of invested in putting that team together in-house. We've invested in equipment, but it was a long-term strategy that I was, ready to kind of commit to. That, hey, I know I'm going to be doing a video every single month. I know I'm going to be doing videos on my listings. So it kind of just made financial sense to do that. If you're not that committed to it, then yeah, I would probably just say find outsource that to do those things.
So I have a question for you, Sergio.
Mm-hmm.
The videos that you do, they're property videos, right?
Yeah.
For the most part, for people just starting off and doing these videos, how long should these videos be? Should they be like 10 to 20 minutes long, or what are you looking at?
No, you really have probably about 15 seconds to really kind of even just capture their attention before they decide whether they're going to continue watching it or swiping it, swiping right kind of thing, right? So you want to keep your videos, I would say roughly under 2 minutes for a property, depending on the size, of course, as well. And also what you're showcasing. If it's just the house, you can do that in about a minute. If you're doing the house and maybe some community lifestyle stuff like views, parks, community centers or kind of lifestyle activities around the home, it might extend to, 2 minutes. If you're having twilight shots, actors or storyline, it might reach up to 3 minutes. But that's kind of when the production value, I think, better be there in order to, maintain that audience to watch your videos that long.
So you shoot two other types of videos as well. Well, that I've seen. Maybe you shoot more different ones, but the ones that I've seen are your property videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your review videos. So you go out there and shoot videos of your clients reviewing you. Tell me a little bit about that, because that was cool.
Yeah, so, again, kind of going back to social proof of, instead of just having a just sold card with a review on it, I really want to bring that to life. And so I kind of set the tone at listing presentations, and I show them, I'm like, look, this is what I'm working for. This is what I want, at the end of our transaction. And I show them a sample of what that looks like. And it's basically, putting them on camera, asking them a series of questions like, what was the experience like? What was the best part of working with me? What was the most memorable part? Why did you choose to work with me? And so on. And then getting some of that B-roll that has interaction with myself and them to kind of show that there's a personal connection there. And then I already have the B-roll of the house because we did a video on the house, so I can interject that in there as well. And it kind of completes the story. And then I send that to other prospective sellers. I'm optimizing those videos with my name on Google and YouTube. So when people Google me and say, reviews of Sergio Gonzalez Realtor, Sergio Realtor in Westlake, whatever it may be, they're coming across these videos and then can actually get real people reviewing me instead of just finding me on, Yelp or Google or whatever.
Have people found you like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people have seen that. Mm-hmm. And they'll Google me and they'll say, oh yeah, I saw that video of your client. It was great. I loved what you did. And it's real. So
have you been putting these videos into your Facebook community pages as well?
Yeah, I post them in my Facebook community page. I have it on my Zillow profile. I have it on my Google business page, Facebook page. That's kind of, I think you can have like your featured video on your fan page on Facebook. That's what I put there because that's what we're about, right?
Yeah.
So anywhere I can put it, I'm sending it. I send it in my pre-listing email that I send out now as well. Here's what clients are saying. So anywhere I can post it or get in front of people, I'm doing it.
Have any questions, Amanda, for Sergio?
Well, a couple things. Do you ever use Instagram? And do you ever use the automated, websites that Jason was talking about too?
So it's kind of a workflow of what we do with our videos. So every time we do a video, we're going to have an Instagram cut of it.
Okay.
And so that's a 15-second, clip that goes out. I have two versions of my video cut, one for YouTube, one for Facebook, because in YouTube I can add additional calls to action at the end of the video with the hyperlink boxes that you can embed on YouTube, and you can't do that on Facebook. So on Facebook, it's just kind of a different version of that. And
where'd Sergio go?
Yeah, he disappeared. Well, let's go back to you, Jason.
Then when it comes to what Jason's using, the Zapier, and the IFTT, those I definitely have implemented as well, but they don't have anything to do with videos.
Got it. Jason, I want to hop back to you because I have a quick question. Do you feel like what's been your best way? You say you have all these Yelp reviews and things like that. Like, what's been your biggest, I would say, tool on collection? I mean, because for me, like, we ask our clients for them. We've found that timing in the transaction makes a big difference on getting our best return on getting people to actually leave those reviews? What's been your best result on getting people to actually leave all those Yelp reviews for you that you're talking about that you have?
Well, I would say that it's my just wonderful personality.
Is that your good looks? I thought it was your good looks,
Basically,
bro.
Everybody's so excited to rave about you.
I'm prepping about the review like the whole time.
Okay.
Okay, especially if that's how they found me. You know, if they found me, I'm leaving those seeds the whole time. And I joke about it. I'm like, yeah, sure you leave me those reviews. I'm really really pushing it the whole time. I mean, I've showed Tristan my little script on how I get them. I mean, I'm actually sometimes helping them write them.
Really?
I'm telling them like what keywords I want them to use so that it actually, shows up in those little spiders of Google will actually crawl it when people type things like the best realtor in Oxnard, top realtor in Oxnard. I've had people tell me that they type things like that in and they're coming across my reviews. So, I mean, that is something that I make sure that, with some of them, obviously the ones I have better relationships with, I'm kind of prepping them on what I want them to leave to make sure that they leave certain keywords. I also use a service. Okay, I use a service called RevLeap. Stands for Revenue Leap, and it helps me filter reviews. It has like a contest, so people can enter to win $100 gift card any place they choose.
What was
if
the
they
name of
leave.
the website?
It's called
RevLeap, R-E-V?
Yes, REV, like revenue. Revenue Leap, RevLeap.com. It's $150 a month, and I'll send them a link, and it'll have them sign into like a page and have them fill out a questionnaire. It will select what type of gift card, like they can pick what kind of gift card they want to enter the raffle in. It's also a huge thing that it's going to do is it's going to link their Facebook account with their Yelp account if they don't have a Yelp account. So it will actually build them a Yelp account, syncing their picture and their friends and stuff over from Facebook. So I found that to be extremely helpful. I also use a little trick that my friend Sophia Chacon taught me. And what it is, clients are like rats. So I ask them for a review. They give me one. I give them a little piece of cheese, which is like, a $25 gift card with a thank you card. And, I'm kind of trying to train them. People have asked me, how do you get them to review you on all your sites? Well, I'm going to send them a piece of cheese every time they do it. And next time I ask them for some help, they already know that as soon as they do that, they're going to get another baby back rib platter from Chili's.
I want some cheese.
That's a big piece of cheese.
Love
man.
it.
So I do that a lot. I send out gift cards, thank you cards. I definitely every time I get a review, I try to, give them something to thank them. I also do that with my referrals. Rather than waiting till it closes, I send them something right in the beginning, so they get accustomed to that.
You know what's cool, dude? When I was at Inman, and I was up on the smaller stage. Amanda was on the big stage. I was on the smaller stage. When I was on the smaller stage, I quoted you. I said, my friend Jason Walters taught me how to get reviews, and we steer people by giving them exactly what to say.
Mm-hmm.
So they quoted that, but they didn't quote me saying your name, which sucked.
Oh, well, I'm still flattered. I
thought that was great. That's such a great piece of information. You tell the clients what to say, and they actually write that in there, and you email it to them, then you're going to be found on Google, which, dude, I'm Googling you right now.
I'll go to their house.
I was like, wow.
That guy's everywhere.
I'll go to their house and help them log in myself if I have to.
Let me sit down next to you and do it. Okay, well, I have a question for Sergio then.
Yeah.
Sergio, what videos do you recommend people doing? Sounds like you're doing community ones in addition to your property videos.
Yeah,
what
we do.
else do you recommend?
I mean, I think people should be doing client review videos, listing videos, a profile video, kind of like an about me video. I think that Do a video on your open house, your mega open house, anything that you are doing in your business, and you're trying to use that as your unique selling proposition to your clients. I think you need to video it and show them, show them what you're doing. What does that look like? Because you describing it at a listing presentation, it's very sometimes hard to visualize that or articulate that in a way that brings added value to the presentation. So when people want to know, well, what is a mega open house? What does that look like? What does that mean? And I show them like, oh yeah, we have a caterer. Let me show you this video. And it's a quick 30-second clip of what that looks like, and the activity that happens, and me putting out my signs, and me interacting with, potential sellers and buyers and things like that. It goes a much longer way.
Okay, so one more question then. Say somebody doesn't have the budget to go hire a videographer every time to do this. They're just starting out or starting into this.
Right.
What do you recommend they use? An iPhone?
Yeah. I mean, I started out back when they had flip cams. You remember those flip cams?
Yeah.
You got one at Costco. And that's what I started out back with. But every time, I closed a deal, I would invest in better equipment into eventually working my way up to where I'm at now. We probably have about, $40,000 of equipment now.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
But at the same time, it really has elevated our brand and my position in the marketplace, that it resonates with people. They're like, wow, you're going to do that for my property? Or wow, I didn't know people did this, and oh yeah, that's why I charge 6%.
You've made yourself the purple cow.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's very true.
That guy, that guy is a Hollywood producer. Don't let him fool you. He's up there.
Yeah, but you never know like what comes about by doing these videos. We just got word actually today that the city of Thousand Oaks is starting a TV show called Conejo Connection, and they saw one of our 805 Life video, and they had us come in and audition for it, and we just got signed to do this quarterly TV show for the city of Thousand Oaks.
Awesome.
So, nice.
Dude, that's beautiful.
Talk about building trust right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's pretty awesome. So, question in regards to video.
Yeah.
So let's say
pretty cool.
We don't have $40,000 in equipment, and
yeah, you got to start out with your iPhone. Start out with your iPhone.
Yeah.
Okay, get a GoPro.
Get a GoPro. They have some new stabilizers that Dronefly just came out with, and some other manufacturers. There you go. Jason's got it, and do some amazing things, and work your way up to building your team, finding that editor, finding that shooter.
Where do I find an editor and a shooter, dude? Because I suck at editing and I suck at shooting.
All right, so if you go to Vimeo.com, okay, so you have YouTube and then you have Vimeo. Vimeo.com is where all your high-level production people put their portfolio. So if you were to type in, for example, if you're for Jason, for example, if you typed in Oxnard, California, you're going to see all these videos of professionals and semi-professionals or upcoming professionals that have posted a video, something related to Oxnard. I would then reach out to those people and say, hey, I'm looking to do a real estate video like this guy's. How much would you charge me to do something like this? And then you negotiate with them and put it together. I've originally found my crew through local film school. I got asked to come in and participate in their graduation ceremony where they had to kind of pitch their final projects. and there was a couple of guys there that caught my eye on. I'm like, wow, okay, I think they got some talent, and boom, I showed them. I was like, hey, I'm doing these videos. Can you do it like this? And they're like, oh, we can do way better than that. And I was like, awesome. And boom, now they're my guys, you know?
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Do you have any questions for Sergio before I switch over to Jason, Amanda?
How much of an impact do you think that you can have on your business by those reviews? Do you really feel like people landing on those reviews land you appointments no matter what?
Are you asking me or Jason?
Jason. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I thought Tristan was saying we're switching over to Jason. Sorry, Sergio. I'm sure you get great reviews too, Sergio, if you have awesome videos like that.
You know, I told Tristan, I actually put it in a post last week, that last year I think I listed and sold 20 homes, and I'm going to guess that every single one of those people contacted me to come over and list their house.
Wow.
Yeah,
so no outbound prospecting. It was all inbound.
I don't do cold calls. I don't do door knocking. I have 3 listing appointments tomorrow and 2 on Saturday, and I didn't call any of them.
That's awesome. And you attribute a lot of that to your reviews, just the massive amounts of reviews you have?
Yeah, I mean, I've sent Tristan the emails, and they're just like, hi, I found you. I want you to come list my house.
That's amazing.
You know,
yeah, it's pretty sick.
You sold the house 2 doors down, and it's sold so fast and for so much more than asking price. When can you come look at my house? So I get a lot of that.
Where do they find you? Do they just find you on reviews, or is it a business, your Google business page, or your
you know,
website?
every time I take a listing, I'm gonna go all out. You know, professional photographer, you know, the 3D Matterport, you know, sometimes a full motion video, just depending on the price of the home. And I'm going to run huge Facebook ads geographically targeted in my area. The last one I just ran, over 100,000 people seen my posts. You know, I had like 3,000 people come over to my website from you know, the radius around my property, and this was all like within a week. So
was that the video that you did that you posted on Facebook?
Yeah, the one with the boats. And,
the one with the sailboat?
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah, so I got over 100,000 people that seen it, and I boosted the heck out of it on Facebook. So, you know, I run the geographically targeted ads on Facebook and Instagram. I'm just going to pick the area around the property. You know, I ran 3 different ads on that video, just you know, just depending on the time frame. I ran some in Los Angeles because I feel that the buyer might come from there. And, you know, these people see my ads so much around my city that they just start to recognize me, and I just become, you know, the area specialist just because they see me so much.
Yeah, really building your brand, for sure.
Yeah, I do the AdWords campaigns. I mean, I've been branding for a while. You know, I spend a lot of money on that.
Yeah, I think most people, a lot of the comments, I think people will say, well, why are you doing all this? Well,
yeah.
You know, the house, you know, you don't
it's
need
gonna
to do all
sell.
that. It's gonna sell. And you know what? I went to a listing appointment, and the lady told me, she's like, you know, I interviewed these other agents, and I told them what you were gonna do and all the things that you do and blah blah blah. And they said, yeah, we don't do all of that because the house is pretty much going to sell itself. And she said, well, if that's the case, why am I paying you a commission?
Yeah.
I'm going to run my whole thing, even on a mobile home, you know.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a mobile home or if it's a condo, if it's $1 million house. I'm going to run the same, you know, the same type of marketing, just because, you know, I want them to look back at my listings and go like, wow, you know, they all look fantastic, and I find that that's what brings me business, you know, the reviews and the marketing I do, and the fact that everything looks, you know, I spend money. I don't take any shortcuts.
Well, and I think it sounds like, I mean, you set yourself apart. You're saying you do it on a mobile home to $1 million home. I know for me, my clients, that are maybe in like the $300,000 price range have said, hey, we love that we feel equally as important to you as your $1 million clients. And so I think that stands out to people, is that you're not categorizing them on an importance level based on their price point.
Yeah, last year I sold a $32,000 mobile home, and then I also sold a $2.65 million beach home.
Awesome.
So anywhere in between.
Wow. Hey, David Fresquez has a question. He says, this one's for Sergio. Sergio, when you're using direct mail, how do you tell the prospects that you do video, or do you lead them to do you have a call to action so they can go and visit a site that shows your videos? What do you do?
Yeah, I'm using little short codes, or putting bit.ly links on my direct mail pieces that'll say, hey, watch the community video I just posted. Or
what are bit.ly links?
bit.ly, like bit.ly.com. It's like a URL shortener. So instead of youtube.com / blah 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 blah, you can copy and paste that long URL into bit.ly, and it'll give you a short URL instead. It'll be like bit.ly.com / 123 Main Street or whatever.
Perfect. Let's see, he's got another question. Somebody's got another question here. How do both of you use Instagram video? What do you do? Jason.
Well, now the way I use Instagram video, I honestly, Sergio does a lot better on Instagram, man. He posted he does these 15-second cuts of his professional videos and blasts them on there. I'm trying to copy him, But a lot of what I do is, which I feel that I've built a following, is I think I post more about personal than I do about business. So, like, if you look at my YouTube or my Instagram, it's more about...
What's your Instagram?
Jason_Walters. So, I'll go to local events. I'll go to, like... the 4th of July parade or stuff like that, trying to be the area specialist. I take the GoPro, I do little cuts, and I'm using, personal video for my Instagram mainly, and to try to get people to see who I am and not just be the real estate agent, always promoting myself. But also they like to get a feel for the area. Like I've went to an event and people are like, oh my God, thank you so much for posting about this. We would have never been here. So a lot of that personal interaction and showing off the food truck events, the farmers market. I show off a lot of those things on my Instagram that kind of helps me personalize myself and not just be the promoting realtor guy.
How about you, Sergio? I know you just posted your Instagram name up here.
Yeah, so one of the things I do on Instagram is definitely do like a little sneak peek of what the full video I'm about to promote. And I usually tie that with the latest kind of trendy song that might be out on the radio, that you might hear, your kids might like and whatnot, kind of give it a little bit more pop culture, I guess, kind of feel to it, and using the appropriate hashtags that I'm looking to brand myself with. So, hashtag 805life, hashtag North Ranch Living, which is my farm.
Nice.
And then I also tag associated businesses in my community with that. So it might be the Four Seasons, Westlake Magazine, 805 Living Magazine, Ventura County Star, anybody that, or any type of affiliation that I'm trying to develop a following or a relationship with, or have them maybe repost that or retweet that. I'm kind of tying that in there.
Wow, that's smart, man. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah. I'm gonna be using that too. Amanda, do you have any questions for either of them?
Well, I want to hear what's next for you guys. You guys have this technology dialed in. What's the new frontier you're going to conquer with technology?
I think for me, and doing more video, I want to start putting together little commercials, kind of like if you think about what Zillow is doing on commercials on TV. I want to start putting commercials out like that on Facebook and on YouTube, to kind of build the brand a little bit more, and start doing, yeah, just more and more video. It's all about video right now.
What about live,
Um,
like doing Periscope, things like that?
Not as beautiful, but I think definitely relevant, for people that are into that.
Okay.
Nice. Linda Maxwell has a question.
Yeah.
Does ITTT actually post on different social media sites or just remind you to do it? I think she forgot the F, right?
Yeah, IFTTT will do it all automatically for you. So if you look, I see you posted like a couple of my profiles. I mean, I don't post to LinkedIn directly. I don't post to Twitter directly. I don't post to my Tumblr directly. I basically have IFTT or Zapier, or another one I even use is Friends Plus Me, which is a Google service. So if you post to Google a lot, Friends Plus Me will also post to any other sites because Google doesn't allow any of those sites to work with them. So you have to use Friends Plus Me if you want to do it with Google. But it'll post all for you by itself. Like I said, you set it and forget it. I set some of these recipes up years ago, and it's going to constantly do it forever, as far as I'm concerned. It'll just keep going.
Here's a question I have then about using those services. Is that does it track the analytics for you? You know, how many clicks it's gotten, how long they've stayed on it, things like that?
Well, if I'm driving them to my website, I get analytics. Google Analytics will show me where people are coming from to get to my website, but it doesn't show you, for instance, like when you post to Google Plus or when you post to LinkedIn. It's just basically how many likes you get. Just like Facebook. Facebook doesn't really tell you the analytics.
Well, Facebook will tell you like how many, like the Facebook ad manager will tell you how many clicks you got, things like that.
Use the Facebook business, but like Tumblr doesn't have any of that. Google Plus Business doesn't have analytics. So the sites obviously allow you to use analytics. Like LinkedIn will show me, how many people have visited my profile in the last week or something like that. But IFT will show you analytics on certain things because it uses Bitly links to drive people, and then you can go to your Bitly account and see how many clicks you have on there. But for analytics, I stick to mainly Google Analytics off my website.
Got it.
Nice, man. And I interrupted you answering Amanda's question earlier, which was, what's next for you, Jason?
What's next for me? Well, video is huge. Video is definitely the new thing. YouTube. When you search on Google for anything, a lot of YouTube videos will come up. So YouTube is very relevant. Also, they will transcribe what your video is saying and crawl that. So if you're talking about real estate in your video, Google will actually listen to your video and transcribe that and use those keywords. So video is huge for me. I'm kind of leaning more towards like a reality show type of thing where my videographer is just gonna like follow me around, not so much like professional on my listings and whatnot, but kind of talking about highlighting the area and behind the scenes of being a real estate agent. I'm gonna try to do that this year, and I'm working on the team. That's really big for me right now. Trying to be like the man Tristan, and just
Aren't we
trying to focus.
We all want to be like Tristan when we grow up.
Trying to focus more on keywords. People aren't typing Jason Walters. People aren't typing I want a real estate agent. People are typing about the area. People want to know why they want to live here, especially if they're relocating. So I use a lot of the juice from the city, not just me.
Where do you
So
use that juice? On your website, on a blog? Where?
I I, I post, I even have a website that I was working on that went by the wayside called Hello Ventura County, and it was just about events. A lot more people are searching for events, what's going on this weekend than, Jason Walters. So I'm basically trying to utilize all the organic searches that are already going on and try to have me come up in those as well. So even when people aren't just looking for a house, if people just keep seeing me everywhere, everything that they do, it's just going to keep popping up and attached to my profile. They know I'm the real estate guy. So it just becomes, relevant. I just become top of their mind when they are thinking about real estate just because they're so used to seeing me everywhere.
Nice.
I like that. David Fresquez had a comment or a question, and I actually was thinking the same thing. I know when I was at Inman Connect in New York a few weeks ago, the big talk was using Snapchat. Do either one of you guys use Snapchat? Because that's like the next big thing is using Snapchat in your business.
It is the next best thing. I'm a little old. Um,
What are you
and
like 26 now?
He's
Gee.
like old as dirt.
Snapchat is mainly for like 25 and under, but I have been trying to use it. I feel like an old man. And,
Well, here's what I'm gonna post a house for sale coming soon, and then it's gonna disappear in like 6 seconds.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Better see it fast.
Snapchat came out to send nudes of each other, so now it's just starting to catch on for like a regular site, but it's for really young people, and it's with like Twitter, everyone can see Twitter. With Snapchat, I'm having a hard time getting around having to be friends with these people.
Got
You
it.
know, it's kind of hard to geographically target, your audience. Where, like on Instagram, a lot of kids use Instagram too, but I can put a hashtag. They're
Yeah,
all searching for
exactly.
hashtags.
Tons of
You
people.
know, Snapchat's it's just a little hard for me to see the value and how I'm going to
It's getting there, man.
use it.
I started using it. I'm using it right now as people to show people the story of what I'm doing
Right.
through the day. Whether
That's
where
what I
I
like about it.
start, yeah, where I start, where I'm in the middle, where I end. So like, oh, okay, Tristan is actually working. He's not just lying around in bed all day.
Yeah.
And
The
posting on
stories,
Facebook and lab coat agents.
Exactly.
that
But
Snapchat
basically,
stories is my favorite thing. I want to use it, and it's a day in the life of Tristan. You start out crawling out of bed. You're here doing it at the office. You're at this appointment, but how do you get people to see it?
yeah, that's the thing. It's like you almost have to have a following already.
Yeah, how do you get thousands of views? That's the problem for me. And if I can't figure out a way to get more people than just who I'm friends with already to see it, it's not going to be something that I'm going to be utilizing.
Well, not yet, but you will. Here,
Not
Jesse
yet.
had a great question, man. How many of you are retargeting the visitors you got to your website back on Facebook to continue branding using using custom audiences?
I have done that. It's a powerful tool to be able to follow them around the internet. Another tool for inbound marketing to kind of lead them down the funnel of where you want them to go. Custom audience is awesome. If people don't know what that is, it's two ways you can do that. Either you're collecting the people that are visiting your website, and then it's followed by Facebook ads, or if you upload into Facebook email database and then have your ads set to only target those people in that email list. So two different ways to use custom audiences.
What I do is I will take all of my database. So basically, I'll export my database on a regular basis, and I will upload it to Facebook as a custom audience. So basically, anyone who contacts me from Zillow, from Trulia, from any platform out there, anybody that's in my database is automatically going to start seeing my Facebook ads. So, you know, what do they say that you need to show up like 7 times in different places before they start to remember you?
Yeah.
So, you know, they're like, hey, I just seen this guy's profile, and all of a sudden he's on my Facebook page, and it must be a sign. And little do they know I'm a
Everywhere.
stalker.
Very true, man. Very true. Cool. And so, any other questions, guys? I think we covered quite a lot.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Amanda, question?
I think I'm out. I've asked a lot. I think I know I have a lot of content I want to go implement.
Yeah, I know. Now you guys started having me think a lot more about
I
it.
know for sure. I'm like, ooh,
Right.
So,
I'm glad this is recorded.
anything you want to add, Jason, before we let everybody go?
You know what I like using is hashtags a lot. You know, we didn't really talk about that, but
Yeah.
you know, sites like Instagram and Twitter and even Facebook now, if you're not using hashtags, you're just not getting the amount of reach. You know, we seen a video in Lab Coats yesterday. They're talking about getting leads from Instagram, and you know, I use apps for Instagram. I used to use them a lot more, but there's apps that you can take hashtags that are already saved for certain types of posts, and you can copy and paste them over. So if you're using 10, 15 hashtags on your posts on, say, Instagram and Twitter, you're going to get a lot further reach, and you're going to come up in a lot more search results. You know, just constantly focus on keywords. You know, nobody's searching for Jason Walters. I'll tell you that. They're searching for, you know, Oxnard, real estate, sell my home. So you need to think about words that people are actually thinking of when they go to these searches. You know, if you're always promoting, you know, your name and your company, not too many people are searching for that, but a lot more people are searching for generic things in your area, and I like to use that as a net as well. So
You have like a minimum number of hashtags you use per post?
no, well, you don't want to be the promoter, the irritating person.
Like 100 minimum?
Yeah.
And
But like
Instagram doesn't let
10.
you use that many. You know, you can only use like 10 or 20 or something, 20, 30 total combined. But, you know, use the relevant ones. Every time I'm posting to Instagram, you know, I'm going to try to use the tags, Oxnard, it's Ventura County, you know, real estate, homes for sale, you know, things that people might actually be searching for, because they're not searching for Jason Walters unless they already, you know me for some reason, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You got to use what the people are using, and if you use Google AdWords, they have a tool that will show you what keywords are being searched for the most. So start using those in your campaigns.
Got it.
How about you, Sergio? Anything you want to add?
You know, I would just say, you know, be committed to whatever campaign you're looking to do. You know, it's not I don't think any of these strategies are short term. There's no magic pill, and the first step, you know, the first thing is just to take that one step. And if you're going to start doing video with your iPhone, that's fine, but just make a commitment.
Just make a commitment.
Right when he was telling us a secret of life, right there.
Prove that. Go get a lav mic, you know, so when you're doing your videos, it's not echoey when you're in the house. It has a nice, clear, crisp sound.
Get a stabilizer.
Go get a stabilizer. Little things that just make that little difference, and just be committed to continuously, you know, raising the bar in everything that you do, because it does get noticed, and people are paying attention when you think that they're not. So that's what I would say.
It took me, I'd honestly say it took me like over 2 years to start getting incoming phone calls like I do. I mean, I remember like when it started happening, you know, the phone just went from me hustling trying to find people to the phone just start ringing on a regular basis. And it took a while. This is not going to happen overnight. I mean, it takes months for you to start coming higher in the Google search results. So just incorporate it as part of your business, and you know, just do it regardless if you see immediate return. I mean, like I said, when I started doing social media and the internet, everybody was telling me to stop wasting my time. Get off of Facebook, get off the internet, go get a job. And it,
Oh my
it
God.
took it took me years. It took me years to start getting the traction that I'm getting now, and to get the phone to ring. So
Did
it's
they work for you now? Did they go
it,
get a job for you?
I remember one of my biggest fans, my mom, you know,
Yeah, that's a good
like,
thing.
telling me, you need to go get a job. Why don't you stop wasting your time? I've been doing this for 12 years, and it was and then she says, I remember you were so excited the first time you got an incoming phone call. You called me up and you were, Mom, guess what? Somebody called me on the phone and wants me to help them buy a house. So it was not fun. It was fun, but it took a
It
long
was a
time.
journey.
It took a long time, and I still look back at some of the stuff that I did, and I think it's corny now, and it just shows how much I've learned, and it is not overnight. It takes a long, long time, and just give every listing, every client your all, and that's how you're going to get reviews, and that's how you're going to get your name out there.
That's it.
One last good question. Hold on. Linda says, Sergio, will you share a list of extra video enhancing tools we might get? You can just
Yeah,
post it up on Facebook there if you want.
yeah, I'll put it. I can't. I'll put it as soon as I kind of get some links together where to get some of that equipment or some of the things that you might want to purchase that I would look into.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Cool, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks,
All
Amanda.
right, awesome. Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Kristen.
Sergio.